Let's talk about number analogy. It's one of those topics in reasoning where you can score full marks, but one tiny mistake can cost you everything. And it's an absolutely crucial topic for all major exams like SSC CGL, banking, and railway. All right, let's put your preparation to the test. Try and solve this question in just 10 seconds. Were you able to do it? Seemed a little tricky, right? Don't worry, because after today's session, questions like these are going to be a total cakewalk for you. Welcome to my channel. I'm Ayushi Agarwal. Okay, let's dive in. This is our mastery ladder for today. We're going to start from the absolute basics and work our way up to the advanced level, covering every single important pattern that gets repeated in these exams time and time again.
To really master any topic, you've got to have a solid foundation. So let's start by getting the fundamentals down perfectly.
So what exactly is number analogy? Well, in simple terms, think of it as a logic-finding game. Your job is to find a consistent relationship between the given numbers and then apply that exact same logic to find the missing one. It's a guaranteed scoring area in exams like the SSC CGL.
Now, let's get to the most important section. These are the patterns that are asked most frequently in exams. So I need your full focus here. Let's master this.
Take a look at this question. We're given the numbers 48, 122, and 168. Now, whenever you see numbers like these, your very first thought process should be, are these numbers somewhere near a perfect square? Let's break down the logic here. Notice, 48 is 7 squared root minus 1, and 122 is 11 squared plus 1. Next, 168 is 13 squared root minus 1. So we can see a pattern emerging, minus 1, plus 1, minus 1, which means the next operation has to be plus 1. Now look at the base numbers, 7, 11, 13. What are they? They're consecutive prime numbers. Examiners love using prime numbers because it really tests your number sense. So the next prime number after 13 is 17. And here's the crucial point. Our answer will be 17 squared plus 1, which comes out to 290. And here it is, a classic exam trap. Take a close look at option A, which is 292. Under exam pressure, it's so easy to make a quick calculation mistake like this. This is where SSC sets a trap for you. So always double-check your calculations.
Let's move on to our next pattern. So, if the numbers aren't close to a square, what should be your next logical check? Exactly, perfect cubes. Let's solve this question.
Look here. The number 222 is very close to 6 cubed, which is 216. So what's the exact logic? It's 6 cubed plus 6. The pattern is n is to n cubed plus n. This question is often repeated. It's a favorite pattern of exam setters. So let's apply the same logic to 7. The answer will be 7 cubed plus 7, which is 343 plus 7, giving us 350.
The logic isn't always going to be complex. Sometimes the examiner throws you a question based on really simple, basic math operations.
Now, take a look at this question. 42, 56, 72. Can you see a pattern here related to multiplication tables? Take a moment to think about it. You're absolutely right. 42 is just 6 times 7. 56 is 7 times 8. So we can see that it's a multiplication of consecutive numbers. The next one, 72, is 8 times 9. So what should come in place of the question mark? Exactly, 9 times 10, which is 90. Simple, wasn't it? All right, let's move on to another interesting pattern. When you see very large numbers that don't seem to have any relation to squares or cubes, that's your cue to start thinking about digit-based logic.
Don't let these large numbers scare you. In analogy questions, sometimes the easiest logic is hidden within the biggest numbers. Let's decode this one.
And would you look at that? The logic turned out to be so simple. Every single digit is just being increased by 1. 3 becomes 4, 2 becomes 3, 6 becomes 7, and 5 becomes 6. So what will 4673 become? Correct, 5784. This is an easy win if you can spot this pattern quickly. Let's talk about a new question format that has become very common in recent exams. In these questions, you don't have to find a single missing number, but an entire set of numbers that shares the same relationship. In standard analogy, we're finding D that follows C. But in set-based analogy, we have to find a whole new set from the options that works just like the original set A, B, C. Here, the relationship is within the group of numbers itself. Let's understand this with an example. We need to find a set that is similar to 8, 56, 72.
So, what's our first step? We've got to find the hidden rule within this triplet.
Okay, first, let's find the logic. We can see that 8 times 7 is 56, and 8 times 9 is 72. So the pattern is x times 7, x times 9. Now, let's test this logic on the options. Option A doesn't match, option B doesn't fit either. But look at option C, 6, 42, 54. Here, 6 times 7 is 42, and 6 times 9 is 54. That's a perfect match. So our answer is option C.
Congratulations, you've learned all the important patterns. In this final section, we'll talk about the strategy that will help you solve these questions quickly and without making mistakes in the exam hall.
Here's your quick revision snapshot. You can take a screenshot of this. We've covered all the important patterns from squares, cubes, multiplication, digit logic, and set-based analogy. This will be incredibly useful for your last-minute revision.
And finally, some pro tips for exam day. Always check for square and cube logic first. Don't spend more than 30-40 seconds on any single question. If you get stuck, just mark it and move on. Make sure you use option elimination. And most importantly, practice, practice, and practice.
And with that, our session for today comes to an end. Now I want you to tell me in the comments, which of these patterns do you find the most difficult? If you enjoyed this explainer, please like it, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. For the PDF of this session and other updates, be sure to join our Telegram channel. Stay tuned.